إن الذي فرض عليك القرآن لرادك إلى معاد قل ربي أعلم من جاء بالهدى ومن هو في ضلال مبين وما كنت ترجو أن يلقى إليك الكتاب إلا رحمة من ربك فلا تكونن ظهيرا للكافرين ولا يصدنك عن آيات الله بعد إذ أنزلت إليك وادع إلى ربك ولا تكونن من المشركين ولا تدع مع الله إلها آخر لا إله إلا هو كل شيء هالك إلا وجهه له الحكم وإليه ترجعون.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وبعد. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. To Raiyan, to his beautiful, amazing, awesome family and extended family, Mubarak, congratulations. May Allah Azza wa Jal count this in the balance of your good deeds and may Allah accept it from you, from, of course, Raiyan himself, from his family, from his parents who have supported him so much, from his other family members who have been an inspiration. I know Dayan is one of the biggest inspirations for Raiyan and his family. May Allah count this in the balance of Dayan and his family's good deeds who inspired Raiyan and his family and everybody else to do this. His friends, all of you who are sitting here, inshallah you anticipate and you hope, all of you, inshallah you will get a piece of the pie from the reward he's getting, because just by being around Raiyan, I'm sure each and every one of you in some way motivated him, encouraged him. Even if you're young, if you're just new, you encouraged him, you motivated him. Allah reward each and every one of you. I'll be brief, inshallah. I'll piggyback on what Zahid was saying about Qur'an being the number one and everything else being a distraction. And subhanAllah, what Raiyan recited in his last few ayat, we learned these lessons actually directly from these last few ayat. Of course, there's so many lessons you can learn from the Qur'an, but these are some of the lessons that we learned from these ayat, where Allah Azza wa Jalla, He tells Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and through him He's telling all of us that, look, don't let them take you away, distract you, avert you from the ayat of Allah. Don't let them take you away from the ayat of Allah. And then He says, and this is a way that can help you avoid that distraction, Ya Raiyan and all of us, is call others to Allah. Invite others to Allah. Share the message of Islam with other people. And that actually helps you become stronger in your iman, in your own implementation of the Qur'an, right? And then Allah Azza wa Jalla, at the very end, what He recited, again, we learned a similar lesson from it, that look, all these distractions that you have that are going to try to take you away, all the number twos that Brother Zahid was talking about, everything else that could take you away, at the end of the day, remember one thing anyway, كُلُّ شَيْءٍ هَالِكٌ إِلَّا وَجْهَهُ. Everything that you can imagine on this planet Earth, in the universe, everything is going to go away anyway, except what? The face of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that's what you were trying to accomplish. And so, beloved hearts, as I often say, make sure that there's nothing more valuable in your heart, deep down in your heart, nothing more precious than the Qur'an that you have in your heart. End of story, period. Because everything else that's there, it will take you away from the real purpose, and at the end of the day, all that is going to go away anyway. So now let's think. Let's think together. What are things that can distract you from the Qur'an? I don't just mean, from the recitation of the Qur'an in the Hifdh School. Now, even after you leave, what are some things that can distract you? Is that a trick question? What are some things? Speak. Say that again? Cell phones? Is that what you said? Cell phones, okay. Cell phone can be a distraction, whatever. Yes, what else?
Schoolwork.
Music, what else? Schoolwork, what else? Sports, games, shaitan, sleeping. I'm going to pick on purpose. I'm going to pick on somebody who's gone through this, and he can tell us, Dayan, what else distracts people from the Quran? You're now a professional. As a professional, as you've grown up, what are things that you see around you that are always pulling at you?
Work, responsibility.
Work.
Just life in general.
Just life in general. Work, responsibilities, life in general, money, degrees. I want to study. I want to get to that. All of these things, none of them are bad, by the way. Don't get me wrong. None of these are bad. They can become bad if they become distractors. Right? None of these things. Earning money is not bad. Who said it's bad to earn money? Who said it's bad to go and have a life? Who said it's bad to get... Nobody's saying that. But when those things become the number two, the distraction that Brother Zahid was talking about, that's when they become bad. Instead, what we ought to do, all of us, is that we use all of those to please Allah. You got a talent, you use the talent to please Allah. You have the ability to earn money, you earn money for the sake of Allah, so that you can do something good with it. You study, yes, you study, but you study for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jalla. Ultimately, at the end, remembering what? That none of these things should take you away from the ayat of Allah, because at the end of the day, all of these things are going to come to an end. They're going to end anyway. What will remain is what you did with what Allah gave you, this Qur'an. What did you do with it? Did you read it, recite it, teach it, love it, live it, implement it, share it with others? All of that is what's going to matter at the end, because all of that will ultimately help you see the ultimate goal, to see the face of Allah Azza wa Jalla. And that's what we're all aiming to accomplish, inshallah. Once again, Mubarak to Raiyan, to his family, and to everybody else who is here. Thank you so much. Jazakumullahu khairan. May Allah Azza wa Jalla bless you all. May Allah protect you all. May Allah give you the best in this life and the next. Jazakumullahu khairan. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.